The way to get coins as fast as possible is by killing snakes, as they give you 80 coins when you kill them. The best place to kill snakes are deserts, because in grasslands and tropical rainforests they are more rare, and green mambas are highly venomous. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean you should never kill garras or green mambas, because it is likely for deserts to have no sand vipers for a few minutes when you mass hunt for them. Deers are okay to kill too, they aren't as risky as snakes and they still give 60 coins, which is 75% of 80. You get more coins for leveling low leveled birds rather than leveling high leveled birds. I wouldn't recommend killing rabbits for coins, as they only give 20 coins. It's only good if you can kill them quickly, because sometimes it takes a while. Task rewards should be used as a nice extra. Focusing specifically on one task is often not really worth it, especially for the adventure ones. Snakes' venom can be brutal and drain a lot of your health, and their chance of venom is 50%, which is why you should never tank them. There's a sweet spot where you can hit them and it gives them knockback, giving them no chance to hit back. If you do it too early, you will miss and the snake will be too close and will hit you because it didn't get knocked back. But if you did it too late, then the snake is also too close to you and will also bite you. I recommend fighting with any raptor. Bald eagle is the cheapest option, who can deal pretty good damage and only needs 3 hits to kill a snake. I don't really recommend grinding for the secretary when you don't have any raptor, because this can get tedious or even end up in burnouts. But maybe you are grinding for your first raptor, you can still fight well against snakes. I recommend turning on hitbox when you go hunting. You do this by typing /hitboxes true in the chat. If you are age verified, that is. You have to turn pretty quick and then attack, and of course don't forget about sprinting, because you will have to be faster than a snake so you can escape from it. And if you want, you can do it on your own pace, just remember that sprinting can cost quite some stamina. The crow's actually quite a slippery bird, so it's harder to kill snakes as a crow. I kinda found it easy to kill a snake as a robin, because the robin isn't as slippery. I've never managed to kill a snake as a sparrow or a chickadee without getting hit, because they just deal way too little knockback and their hitbox is also just way too small. When you don't have any trouble killing snakes, then you might cause an extinction of snakes on this island. You will have to continue killing on different islands. Maybe it's another desert, or it could be forests too, and forests are completely fine too. The male deer acts pretty weird, so I recommend just tanking him. It's better to attack a little sideways because it doesn't always hit the deer when the hitbox is inside the hurt box of the deer. But maybe your bird isn't quite a tanker. For that, you can sprint away and the deer will often do small pauses. That's when you will hit him, but do it early and quick, because the deer is quite huge. But it's still really hard to kill male deers without getting hit. But this method does reduce the damage you take by a good amount. Yes, I know male deers are prioritized because they are easier to kill, but female deers aren't always as tedious to kill as you may think. Animals who can't fight back will run away from you, but when they walk towards a cliff, they will run back and forth. This can often give you a good opportunity to land some hits. But also, bringing them to a dead end like a corner can be even better when they cannot move at all. Same thing when they try to go between a tree and a rock, but they are too large to fit through and they just stay stuck. Rabbits' run speed is 4 km per hour, which is a speed any bird can achieve. However, attacking rabbits from behind doesn't tend to always work that well. That's why you should hit them while running on their side or on the front. But often, especially for eagles, you might want to fly to land another hit. Having too few levels for a bird is often not the case, but that also depends on how you play, because the best way to get XP is by raising your chicks, especially when you are around level 50. 3 chicks in total give more XP than just normal surviving. I recommend playing as a bird who can fish, like crow, barn owl, bald eagle or hobby eagle, because catching a fish can give some good XP. But almost all the time, you should play as the lowest leveled bird if you want more total levels. If you are doing good while nesting, it is okay to overfeed your chicks, because the food you feed to your chicks give you half of the food's experience, and chicks do not have to be hungry to eat unlike the player, but do this if you're eating us on cooldown. Tasks can also be used for some nice extra XP. Again, you don't always have to focus on the task, because especially for later levels it doesn't make a lot of difference. Berries can actually make you lose some XP by not letting you drink water, because it fills your thirst bar too. So if you want maximum XP, then drink before eating berries. Which kinda ruins the purpose of replenishing your thirst bar, but it's XP we're talking about. Worms, caterpillars and grubs are the non-meat foods that give the most XP, being 25. But if you can eat meat, fish and chicks give the most XP of any food, being 50. However, you can't always access them anytime, but big meat can give you 40 XP, which is very good too. Snake meat is the last food that gives more XP than bugs, being 30. Any other food gives less than 25. Oasis water actually gives you about 53% more XP than regular water in total. So if you do find an oasis, just remember that the water is more nutritious. It could also be good when you're playing on a private server with a custom seed, because the XP you get from oasis water minus 20% is still more than you get from regular water in public servers. If you don't always want to nest or don't have enough time to nest, then it's okay to join someone's whitelist if you're lucky. I think that's about every tips I can think of. You can actually make a macro during oasis water when it gets thirsty and then respawns on your nest near the water and repeats it, but I'm not sure if this is bannable because macroing is a little different than just AFKing by auto-clicking.